Emma Harper prided herself on being prepared for anything. She had color-coded study guides, multiple highlighters, and a deep, unshakable fear of failure that kept her motivated. Ryan Cooper, on the other hand, prided himself on not preparing for anything. He had a single notebook filled mostly with doodles, a vague sense of impending doom regarding finals, and the confidence of someone who had successfully winged it his entire academic career. Unfortunately for Ryan, that streak was about to end. The day before their math final, Emma sat in the school library, flipping through her notes when she heard it, fast-moving footsteps, the unmistakable sound of panic. Ryan burst through the doors, eyes wide with desperation. "Emma! You have to help me. I'm cursed." Emma didn't even look up. "You're not cursed. You're just a procrastinator." "No, I'm serious," Ryan insisted, plopping into the chair across from her. "Every time I try to study, something happens." Emma finally raised an eyebrow. "Something?" Ryan launched into his list. Attempt number 1, he sat down to study, but his cat, Mr. Whiskers, decided his notebook was a bed. Attempt number 2, he opened his textbook, but somehow ended up on TikTok for 3 hours. Attempt number 3, his Wi-Fi mysteriously went out just as he tried to watch a math tutorial. Attempt number 4, he finally started an equation, but a fire alarm went off at his neighbor's house. Ryan leaned in dramatically. "It's the exam curse, Emma. The universe doesn't want me to pass." Emma stared at him. "The universe isn't trying to fail you, Ryan. Your life choices are." Ryan groaned and slumped onto the table. "Please, Professor Harper. You're my only hope." Emma sighed, rubbing her temples. She knew better than to get involved in Ryan's chaos, but the thought of him completely bombing the final was unbearable. "Fine," she relented. "Library. After school. No excuses." Ryan sat up, grinning. "You won't regret this." Emma already did. The library study session started off as expected, Emma explaining equations while Ryan made occasional jokes to distract her. But surprisingly, after an hour, Ryan was actually paying attention. "See?" Emma said, pointing at his correct answer. "You're not completely hopeless." Ryan smirked. "High praise, Professor." They were making progress. That is, until Ryan checked the time and frowned. Is it just me, or is it kinda quiet in here?" he asked. Emma looked around. The other students had trickled out, and even the librarian was gone. A sinking feeling formed in her stomach. Ryan got up and walked to the doors, pushing them. They didn't budge. "Oh." Emma's heart dropped. "What do you mean, oh?" Ryan turned back to her, looking guilty. "So, funny story. I might have heard the librarian say she was locking up, but I thought she was talking to someone else." Emma jumped up, rushing to the door. She pulled, pushed, even jiggled the handle. "Nothing." Ryan grinned weakly. "So, we are locked in." Emma groaned. "I knew this was a bad idea." Emma paced while Ryan leaned against a bookshelf, watching her. "Okay, don't panic," she muttered. "There's gotta be a way out." Ryan rubbed his chin. "We could call someone." Emma pulled out her phone. No signal. Ryan checked his. "Great. We live in a high school dead zone." Emma exhaled. "There's got to be another exit." Ryan brightened. "The air vents." Emma stared at him. "Ryan, this isn't an action movie." Ryan crossed his arms. "Says you." They tried a few more ideas, tapping on the window, too high to jump, searching for a spare key, none in sight, and even trying to pick the lock with a paperclip. Ryan was way too confident in his non-existent skills. Eventually, Emma gave up and collapsed into a chair. "We are stuck until morning." Ryan sat across from her. "On the bright side, we have snacks." He held up a granola bar he found in his backpack. Emma rolled her eyes. "Fantastic. At least we won't starve." After a while, they gave up trying to escape and just talked. "So, what happens if you fail this test?" Emma asked. Ryan stretched his arms behind his head. "My parents will probably ground me. And I'll have to take summer school." Emma winced. "Yikes. Ryan shrugged. I mean, I could always go into professional TikToking. People love my chaos. Emma smirked. Oh, I'm aware. Ryan looked at her, tilting his head. What about you? What happens if you don't ace this test? Emma hesitated. I can't afford to mess up. I need perfect grades for my college applications. Ryan raised an eyebrow. Emma Harper. Messing up? I don't think that's even possible. Emma sighed. You don't get it. I don't have a backup plan. If I don't get into my top schools, I don't know what I'll do. Ryan studied her for a moment before saying, for what it's worth, you're the smartest person I know. Any college would be lucky to have you. Emma felt an unexpected warmth creep into her chest. Thanks, Ryan. Ryan grinned. And if all else fails, you could always join me in my TikTok empire. Emma laughed. Absolutely not. Just as they were getting comfortable, the library doors suddenly rattled. A janitor peered in through the glass, looking confused. What are you kids still doing in here? Emma and Ryan scrambled to their feet. We got locked in, Emma said. The janitor sighed, unlocked the doors, and waved them out. You're lucky I do late rounds. Emma practically sprinted out. Ryan, however, turned back and whispered to the library, Goodbye, prison. You won't be missed. As they walked outside, Emma sighed in relief. Well, at least now you're semi-prepared for the test. Ryan nodded. Yeah. Thanks to you. Emma nudged him. Just don't mess it up. Ryan smirked. No promises. The next morning, Ryan posted a TikTok of their library survival night, complete with dramatic music and Emma rolling her eyes in various clips. The caption, Got locked in the library. Found enlightenment. Also, math still sucks. Emma saw the video before the test, shook her head, and liked it. Ryan saw her like and smiled. Maybe getting locked in wasn't so bad after all.